He has his own life. I have my own life. He has his own real career. I have my own real career. He has his light to stand in. I have my light to stand in. When I go to see him, love to see him. When it's time to leave, bye-bye, see you soon.
They're just dating. I'm telling you, brothers, the treatment that he get from his old lady, I get that now.
I want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
And like sleep in separate rooms?
Go away.
Tell us the truth.
What's good, man? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, a lot of times couples get online and they talk about how happily married they are and how wonderful marriage is and how everybody should be doing it. You know, especially some of these, male relationship and dating coaches and all of this. They all get on and they say this thing that, marriage is a wonderful thing and everybody should do it. And one even said that he don't respect a man who isn't married and faithful to his wife, even though he hadn't always been faithful to his wife. But when you get into the inner workings of these relationships, if they ever are exposed to that extent, you realize that a lot of these arrangements are arrangements that none of us would really go for. And one example is Cheryl Lee Ralph. Now, I know you may not remember who she was if you're young, but Brandy, the R&B singer Brandy, had a show called Moesha, many, many moons ago. She was a teenager when she had this show, right? And this woman played her dad's wife. It was her stepmom. And she's had several other roles over the years when she was younger. I think she was in one of the House Party movies or whatever, but she's got a pretty long history in acting. She's explained it in this interview that her husband, Vincent Hughes, who's a politician, and her have this wonderful marriage because they don't live in the same home and they have their own separate lives. And they pretty much are legally married, but they really only just date. And she's saying how wonderful this is. But I bet if we spoke to that man, this isn't his preference. Because I'm going to be honest with you. As a man, you reap no benefit to have a wife who lives in her own spot and takes care of her own crib, and you take care of your own things. What's the purpose in having a wife? Now, I want you to listen to some of the words she uses, and we'll be able to determine just how unworthy these modern women are as wives. And this is an older modern woman. So modern women didn't just start right now. So let's get into it.
I'm very fortunate. The man that I am married to, Senator Vincent Hughes, 7th Senatorial District of Philadelphia, he has his own life. I have my own life. He has his own real career. I have my own real career. He has his light to stand in. I have my light to stand in. So he is not looking at me thinking about status or this or that. He's doing his thing. I get to do my thing. We don't.
Now, what is your thing? I'm an OG. So when we say I get to do my thing, that don't just mean career-wise. That means you get to do your thing. You get to live your single life. Now, I want to ask y'all, what man among you, y'all put this in the comment, what man among you wants to have a woman who claims you as her husband, who you have to claim as your wife, who's out there doing whatever she wants to do? Yes, a woman can do whatever she want to do, but don't claim me. Claim one of those dudes and just do whatever you want to do with me. I'm not going to be the man that marries the woman. I'm not going to be the man that says, that's my wife. You think about words have meaning. So if you and a man are talking and y'all talking about a woman and y'all realize y'all talking about the same woman, do you want to be the man that says, yeah, all right, man, well, that's my wife? Or do you want to be the man that says, oh, man, I didn't know that was your wife. The way she be living, I ain't know. Like, men be going for anything out here because you're so desperate to have a woman. You believe that you just need to have a woman. Now, I will say this. It sounds like their situation is just a business arrangement. As a senator, it looks better for you to have a wife. And to have a well-known wife probably helps a whole lot more. For a woman her age, just to say, I got a husband, is good enough. You understand? She don't want to be a wife. She don't want all the responsibilities that come with being a wife, but just to be able to say, my husband, just to be able to say, I'm married, just to be able to have that ring on her finger. It just goes to show that when a woman gets older, she'll do damn near anything not to have to say, I'm a cat lady. Because contrary to popular belief, man, these women don't want to eventually be cat ladies, but they don't have to. They see that there's a man out there to give them this arrangement. I'm just saying, if you truly want a wife that's going to take on the responsibility, this won't work for you.
Also live in separate places. When I go to see him, love to see him. When it's time to leave, bye-bye, see you soon. I'm telling you, life is good. Perfect. I get to be the real good wife.
Now, I want y'all to think about this, man. She gets to be the real good wife. They're just dating. I'm telling you, brothers, the treatment that he get from his old lady, I get that now. You can get that from any woman who visits you. What I'm saying, as a man, why make that woman your wife? It doesn't make sense unless it's just an arrangement like they have. And that's the point I want to make in this video. The majority of these marriages are just arrangements. That's all they are. They're just arrangements. They're not meant to be built on anything. The majority of these people don't plan on having kids. The majority of these people don't plan on doing anything. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know people who have marriages that are arrangements like this, but they're older. You understand? Like, they were in their 60s and 70s when they did this. And for all intents and purposes, she's in her 60s and 70s. He's in his 60s and 70s. So what we're talking about is this is the only way this arrangement works. But I say to you men who really want a wife, you got to go outside of the United States, bro. You're not going to have it, man. These women don't even want to be in the same crib with you. Now, you may say, well, you know what, BOA? She's a celebrity, brother. You mean tell me that you remember you told us don't apply what celebrities go through to your life? I mean, I ain't say that, but you're probably going to accuse me of saying it. You've heard it a numerous amount of time, and I guess you just gonna say I said it too. Okay, let's just, for shits and giggles, say I did say it. Let's take another example of a woman that you don't know who says the same thing, and she ain't even got no husband. She's saying that this is what she would want. And I bet you $1 to a bucket of chitlins, she ain't never seen this video right here.
I want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
And like sleep in separate rooms?
Go away.
I would turn
No,
I would
that's
turn
1950.
that side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This my side. You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I'm telling you, brothers, listen, you just live your single life as a man. Because here's the thing. Here's the difference in what a man and woman can do. A man can have women who will come to his home and give him the wife experience. Like, that's part for the course. When you come in my door, you already know you're on the hook for the wifey experience. Like, you finna be cooking and cleaning and you finna be soaking and freaking and doing all of these things. You're going to do all of that. You know why you're going to do it? Because that's what you're supposed to do when you're here. And when I come to your crib, you're going to get the husband experience. I'm not going to pay your bills, but you ain't going to have to pay for nothing. If I come visit you, you don't have to pay for nothing. Whatever it is, we go to the grocery store, you can put anything you want to put in the basket. Whatever you want to put in the shopping cart, put it in there. It's on me. You ain't got to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I come visit you, a lot of time, brother, I'm going to be honest with you. The women that I have in my life, or the women that I've had, the women that I will have, period, they're all so dedicated to pleasing me that sometimes I fly in, man, I don't even get to run a car. I just get picked up from the airport. You know what I mean? And so whenever I'm there, we're all driving. We're always in her car. She don't never had to put no gas in it. Man, listen, she can wait. She know I'm coming. She can wait to get an oil change. If I'm in her car, I'm taking care of all of that. You know what I mean? When I'm at her crib, man, if something's broken, cool, I'll take care of it. She ain't got to change no light bulbs. She ain't got to hang no curtains. She ain't got to do nothing. Well, sometimes women want to hang their own curtains. They kind of get it creative, but none of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if she got some furniture coming in, it don't really matter. I give her the husband experience, and then I come home, and then she don't get no husband experience while I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? All that, they're keeping tabs and being dedicated and all that. She don't get that when I'm at home. And what I'm telling you, man, is this is what women want. Women want this. A woman don't want this provide and protect shit, man. She don't want it because she don't want to do what it takes to get that full time. And so you can only have an arrangement like this with a woman who can afford to pay her own bills. Because here's the thing, a woman who can afford to pay her own stuff, she appreciates the little things, because there's two kind of women in the world. There's a woman you do something for, she feels entitled and desperate, or there's a woman you do something for and she appreciates it because she always does her own thing happily, willingly, and so she appreciates the fact that the gesture of it. If a woman doesn't appreciate the gesture of it, and then, man, she only appreciates the treasure of it. You know, understand? And I'm gonna tell you, man. You could do what you want to do, man. But I ain't finna be no treasure trove for now one of these hoes. I ain't finna do that. You can if you want to, but me myself, I say you look at this woman. She's sitting here drinking this wine. She's sitting here with all this makeup on. She's sitting here with all this weave on. She's sitting up here with another woman who agreeing that's scratching her head because she need to get her hair redone now. It's itching in her head. And I'm just telling y'all, man. You as a man, you got to have a standard. If you want a dedicated woman in your life, man, I'm talking about this dedicated full time. You got to have a standard, and I'm going to be honest with you. That standard can't be met in the United States unless one of these women that's already married get divorced. Any woman you would want to have as your wife in the United States already has a husband. Any woman. And I say again, any woman you would want as your wife in the United States already has a husband. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to try to put yourself in that position. You don't have to try to think about it. You don't have to try to guess about it. You don't have to try to stress about it. You don't have to get into no mess about it. I'm just telling you that she's already taken. You know what I'm saying? And them type of women right there, they ain't the type of women that's gonna have no side dude. You know what I'm saying? I know some brothers out here, man, that's got some good wives, brothers. I'm talking about, man, listen, the type of wife you would want. You understand? Or the type of character traits and qualities that you would want in your wife. But women like this and women like Cheryl Lee Ralph, man, they don't have those qualities. Listen, I wouldn't entertain a woman like this sitting up here with a man with a glass of wine in her hand, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Have a standard. I don't deal with women who drink. I don't deal with women who eat meat. I don't deal with women who party, who club, who do any of those things. I don't deal with women who eat dairy. I don't deal with women who sit around eating sugary sweets all day. Man, I don't deal with women who drink soft drinks. If you drink soda, I'm not finna deal with you. See, my standard ain't based on her beauty. My standard is based on her wisdom. And a woman who don't apply the principle that health is wealth, she's not a wise woman. I'm not finna sit cross table with no woman, man, putting no shrimp down her throat. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not finna sit across the table with no one man eating no sausage biscuit or eating no bacon in the morning. So there's so many things about a woman that just eliminates her from, my presence. I'm not finna deal with no woman, man, that's sitting around, using all this profanity and angry language and all that, bro. I just ain't finna do it. So with my standards, the pickings are so slim for me that the majority of the women, man, are immediately eliminated. It don't matter what they look. Bro, I have met some drop dead gorgeous women whose favorite meal is shrimp etouffee or some shit like that, or some crab cakes or something like that, or stuffed lobster or something. Bruh, I'm not. And here's the thing they do. They try to shame you. Well, if you can't afford it, then just say you can't afford it. Can't afford it? What you mean? You're right. I can't afford to have one. I'm not finna touch you. You can't kiss me. You can't give me no dome. What I'm gonna do with you? Let me tell y'all something right now, and I want y'all to remember this. Eating clean, sourcing organic, fresh food, going to farms to get the things you want, getting things out of gardens, going to these farmers markets all over the place, man, trying to source fresh ingredients, homegrown ingredients, way more expensive than eating out at the most expensive restaurant you want to sometime. I have to do this to sustain my life every day. So a woman can't tell me what I can't afford. No, you can't afford this life. It's a very expensive life to maintain. You've been in the store. You see the organic stuff is more expensive. Now just imagine going somewhere where the people really got to make money off of what they're growing because this is what they do. Now you get more, but it ain't cheap. So I say this to y'all, man. Man, stop letting these women convince you, bro, that this is an arrangement that you should accept. Man, there ain't no woman that I ever met that's valuable enough for me to have this arrangement and put her in a wife position. And you notice this woman right here, she said her husband. Shirley Ralph said her husband. What kind of sucker you got to be a husband to a woman, man, that view the situation like this where she don't want to even put no effort in? She want her own space. Well, if she want her own space, she need to have her own place. And if she got her own place, when she say husband, you ain't gonna see my face. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it because we're the only society in the world, Western civilization is the only place where a man will accept a woman who don't want to be a wife and make her a wife anyway. Man, y'all about crazy out here.